Bueno, pues buenas tardes a todos. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this AMA. And first of all, we would like to apologize for last week. We were supposed to meet with you all last week, but we had a last-minute issue, and we'll tell you about that a bit later today. And very quickly, before getting into your questions, maybe we can quickly introduce everyone that's here today with us. So, Pedro, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you everybody for coming here again. And my name is Pedro. I know you already know me if you follow our previous AMIs, and that's it. Today is going to be a different session, but we hope that you will enjoy and you will have new information, and you will have some doubts that you already have solved during this seminar. So thank you again for coming, and let's move on.
Well, and we have a newcomer today, at least a new face finally. So yeah.
Finally, I'm joining the AMA. Hi everyone, I'm Fernando. I'm focusing on developing the app that you are all using. I hope you're all enjoying it. So please, all the questions and ideas that you have, let us know so we can grow Moving much bigger, make it much bigger.
And so yeah, Fernando is the CTO of the company. So especially if you have very technical questions, he's the one. Okay. And very quickly, maybe we can start immediately taking you through the last communication we had regarding the brand, because as you're aware, we went through a big change. We pivoted from our former brand to Mov'n for many reasons, and one of the reasons is the reason why we had to cancel last week AMA. We had an IP issue, an intellectual property issue. So it was very risky for us to continue in the same line. So that's why we decided to really change completely the branding and go towards something that is once again more aligned with we think what we are. We believe we are for everyone, and many people told us about our former brand and saying, look, I'm not a superhero. I don't feel like this brand is for me, because it looks like the former brand was only for athletes and people participating into competition and sports at a high level, etc. It's not at all the case. We want to move towards an active lifestyle. That would be a better definition of what we are and basically who can use our app. It's really anyone basically who wants to be a bit more active, a bit more healthy, to embrace this active lifestyle, but also with gamification, with fun, playing as well at the same time, playing sports in a way. And so we believed it was also a very good opportunity for us, frankly, to do this pivot and to present ourselves to you with not completely a new look, because you've seen we kept the same colors, the same logo, but with a new name and once again a growing vision, I would say. So that's the part a bit for the branding. It doesn't affect at all anything. The token itself is now called Move, M-O-V, in spite of OLX, L-O-L-X. So don't worry for those who have already token. It doesn't change anything. It will all be transferred to Move. You will receive moves once we release the token. So no worry on this. No change in terms of the project itself, the roadmap, all partnerships, the IDO coming, everything remains absolutely the same. It's really simply a name change. So that's nothing more than this. So I think it answers a few questions we received in this regard. I don't know, maybe I forgot things. I don't know, Pedro, Fernando, if you want to add something maybe on that side.
Yes, we did the change very fast, very quickly last week. We could have done it a bit later, but we thought that it was the best moment, just before the token goes public and we engage in more operations. So it was kind of a mess to do it so quickly, but at the end, I think it's a good balance between doing fast and do it right now, because if we do it once we're on the market or the change, it's going to be worse for everybody. So I think it's something that we did it very quickly. We did it at the right time. I think that then it's going to be a good name for us, because, as Pierre explained, it represents more what we are. We're not professional sports. We are amateur sports. We are movement, we are lifestyle. So I think it's a name that represents our values in a more complete way.
Absolutely. So anyway, if you have more questions, you can also live ask your questions about that, or if you need more details. But anyway, I think this part is clear, and we can move on. It's not a joke. But anyway, let's move on maybe to other questions about the project. I'm just checking. Maybe we had the questions about giving a very brief overview of the project. Maybe we can, just for those who also are a bit new to Mov'n, can explain you very briefly. Once again, we have, I would say, two main components in Mov'n. One is the move to earn part. In other way, we are an application where we monetize your exercise. Basically, you monetize your efforts, your sweat. So each time you do exercise, each time you are active, basically, you will earn token. And it's very different from other move to earn platforms, because first of all, there's no entry barrier. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to buy NFTs or be a member or pay a membership or whatever. You just literally connect your Google Fit or Apple Health, and you start immediately earning every day based on your physical activity. It's also different in terms of the potential income, because we have several modes that can be activated. For example, there is a captain mode. We'll come back to this one because you have several questions about the captain mode, but it allows you to build teams and to basically earn as well on the efforts of your team. So you're kind of a captain and you get as well from them. So it's in a way illimited. Another very important point is that we are truly multi-sports. As I mentioned, you can connect to Google Fit, you can connect to Apple Health if you're on iOS, but at the same time, you can also connect to Strava, Runtastic, NRC, Garmin. Probably your watch can be connected to Mov'n. It's very simple. It's because connecting through Google Fit or through Apple Health, you can connect these platforms to other platforms such as, once again, Strava, etc. So basically, the way it works is that you first connect Mov'n to Google Fit, for example, and then you connect your Strava to Google Fit, or your NRC to Google Fit, or your Endomundo to NFT to Google Fit, etc. And that way, you can really be rewarded for any kind of sports. And we'll come back as well to this maybe later, because even tennis, paddle, soccer, through partnerships we have with federation, we can also incentive you. Anyway. And the last part, why we are very different, is because of the structure of Super App. And this is the big second part, I would say, of what we're doing. What does that mean, we are a Super App? It means basically potentially thousands of services can be available or activated in the Super App. So it's not a simple app. It's an app where you're going to have a store, a list of services. Actually, we're going to grow in terms of services. Every month, there's going to be new services. They are all linked to sports, to physical activity. This is not us developing these services. It could be third party. It could be, once again, our partners, brands, federation, any organization, sports industry, new startups bringing new technologies. And they're going to bring these services to the ecosystem through the mini apps. And so this creates a real economy that is actually generating revenue. And we use this revenue to basically support the rewarding for you guys when you do sports. So there is no magic. We're creating an economy. We take part of this economy to reward you. So it's not that we magically reward you for your exercise and for your efforts. It's really because we're building this economy through the concept of a super app. So really that these two parts that are very important to understand. One side, the move to earn, and the other side, the super app type, where you're going to have plenty of services you can activate, you can enjoy. It could be e-commerce, it could be booking quotes, it could be NFT, it could be games. Many of you play the one of the game that is already in the platform, which is called Walk and Collect. So it's very important to understand Walk and Collect is a mini app within Mov'n. It's not Mov'n, it's a mini app within Mov'n, and plenty of other games will be activable, will be in the Mov'n store. So that was a quick summary of bit what we're doing, and maybe we can move on to some more questions. I think one of the first questions was exactly about this game, the Walk and Collect, because there was a lot of people participating into this game. It's once again something like Pokemon, so it can be activated from the store, and you can get NFTs from athletes, great athletes who have really performed very well. So this is a collection, and people want to know. A lot of people want to know a bit more about the ranking, about what you can do with the NFTs that you collect, about if the as you know there is a ranking, so people want to know if there is some extra prizes for the winners at the end, etc. Pedro, would you like maybe to tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Basically, what you've seen until now in the World and Collect game is just, I would say, it's a beta version. It's not really a beta, but I mean, it's the first version of the mini app. We launched it just to test if it works, if people like it. We launched it just with a very simple collection of coins or medals, and we soon we realized that people like it. People enjoy going outside and hunting these coins. And we are right now in deciding which is the future of this mini app. And I cannot say you exactly which is the new feature we want to do, we want to launch, but we are going to enter into a phase where we are going to completely redesign the game. We are going to launch different collections, different qualities or different kind of medals. We're going to integrate not just NFT collections, but some extra surprises or gifts or boosters. So it is going to be a very dynamic game. We're going right now. The medals are 3D. You will see them also in augmented reality. So it's a complete redesign, not just for the feature, but for the utility of these medals, of these coins. And I cannot disclose you everything because we are still designing how the whole mini app is going to be. But for sure, it's going to be something that you will enjoy, and it's, I would say, it's like a, it's not moving, of course, but it's like a very nice and very it's the first mini app we had in our platform. It's like a baby, and for sure we're gonna put lots of efforts in do it in a very nice way and very you will be proud of this application. I don't know if you Fernando has something to add, but try
Yeah,
not
to extend a little bit on what Pedro was. Yeah, sorry. To extend a little bit on what Pedro was saying, although he barely said everything that we can say for now, but to extend a little bit. So when we launched Walk and Collect, it was the very first mini app that we had on Mov'n, and we launched it as a way to see if users wanted to use the app, if they like it, as a promotion kind of mini app. But the engagement has been great, and we've used it to really test. As you can imagine, it's a very complex game, as uses geolocation in every part of the world, and we have thousands and thousands of NFTs hidden, of different NFTs, and they are limited. So that was very complex. And right now, as you know, they appear every time but we have the ability to hide some specific NFTs in different places to create different experiences, like we did with the NTC later last year. But moving forward, as the game has been so well received, we're changing all the NFTs. We're bringing new types of categories like common, rare, etc. But we're bringing different collections of NFTs, not only the athletes you've been experiencing, and we are integrating the walk and collect game a little bit more with the moving experience overall. So we've already announced that we are introducing boosts, and they'll come a little bit later in but they'll be able to integrate with the Fit Index, that it's another mini app that you're already using, and we plan on expanding on that experience. So you're not only going to find those coins, but the current athlete coins, but you'll able to find different kind of NFTs that you're going to be able, like the boost, that you're going to be able to automatically use them in other mini apps, such as the activity index.
Great.
And
In terms of utility, many people ask as well about what can you do with the NFTs. So maybe can you develop on that one?
yeah, so right now the NFTs are a collection. So for you to collect, we will add not only on the walk and collect, but for every other collection of any NFTs that we do on the walk and collect game, or with, for example, our heroes or some of our partners that we're working on different lineups of NFTs. You'll be able to trade them. You'll be able to sell them on a new mini app that will be launching later this year. And some of those NFTs, even the ones on Walk on Collect, will start to have different perks, let's say. So if you find a specific NFT, for example, of one of our heroes, they may have perks like having a meet and greet with him, or having access to an exclusive live stream, or having a specific content only for the people owning that NFT. So we're working on that. We're working with all our partnerships and heroes to bring special perks and things to the NFTs. We don't want to just be a collection. We want them to have very special meaning for all of you, and bring another kind of experience apart from collecting things that look cool.
Okay. And one of the questions is also about exporting the NFTs to other platforms. This is also possible.
Yes, this is on our roadmap. All the NFTs are being built right now, so they are an ERC 721. So they'll be able to export to almost any major mainnet. So you don't have to worry about that, and you will be able to export them without any extra cost or anything like that, obviously.
Fantastic.
And there is no vesting for the NFTs.
Yes.
So once we develop the feature to export them, you will be able to take them to your wallet without any kind of vesting period.
Exactly. What you collect, you own.
Okay. So you mentioned actually, Fernando, the boosts. So maybe we can switch to the boost as well, and to this kind of GameFi elements that we're introducing. Because plenty of people we talk about that in Telegram groups, and so plenty of people are curious about it, what
I've seen.
what it is, etc. So maybe we can explain a bit more about that. Pedro, would you like to explain it? It's good because I ask the questions, that way I don't understand. I don't answer, that way. It's a good thing. I prefer to be the moderator, finally. It's good.
I like to be moderator also. So, but it's easy. So right now we give people a maximum of 10 moves per day. But the idea is that you can increase that amount buying some kind of boosters or collect them on the work and collect game. So there are some kind of entities that if you have them, you could increase the number of moves you earn every day. There will be boost for daily increase, for weekly increase, for monthly increase. So you will have different opportunities to acquire and to trade or to find different boosters to increase the amount of tokens you earn based on your activity. And these boosters, we have the technical form as of an NFT, but they will have some kind of, I would say, nice representations like a banana, like a drink. So some funny things that will be very, very nice. So, but basically, the boosters are a way to increase the amount of tokens you earn every day based on your activity.
Okay. Anything you would like to add, maybe Fernando, on this boost? Because I know you are the gamer of the team. So
yeah, I was thinking that one of the things that many friends that I've talked about this idea with them ask me is if we are going to become a pay to win platform. So that concept for the non-gamers out there, it means really that we become a game or a platform. These mini apps that we have that are more game focused become a platform where if you pay, you win. Many people ask us if in the ranking of the Walk and Collect on the top 100, if they're going to get extra prizes and things like that. So if people pay, they would be always on the top. So the people that pay more get more. No, we don't want to do that. And that's why just by walking, you can earn 10 move every day and you can collect all the collection of the NFTs we have available on the Walk and Collect and that we'll have on the future just by walking and by searching for them just by chance. So you will always have the same opportunity as any other. It doesn't matter where do you come from or the income that you have. But we do want to give those extra committed people that want to really really boost their experience or make it better, their experience, the opportunity to do so. So with the boosts, they will be able to earn faster or they will be able to earn a little bit more move every day, but everyone can earn despite not having the ability to buy those boosts. And then we will release some boosts that you can find by chance on the Walk and Collect, for example. So anyone, even without paying, will be able to have access to those.
yeah. So the Walk and Collect basically will not just be about NFTs, about these athletes. It's also going to be about finding the boosts by chance.
Exactly, and we're starting with boosts, right? But we've already said we're working with our heroes and lots of brands to bring new experiences and to make NFTs really what they can be, just not just collections that people are selling on the internet like most brands are doing, but to bring new experiences and new exclusive things to the owners of those NFTs. And the Walk and Collect, we want it to be a very big part of that. So you'll maybe be able to not only find boosts, but find exclusive things that are only available paying from our heroes or brands. And we'll release some of those on the Walk and Collect. That's to be seen, but that's our idea. We want everyone to have access to that and to enjoy the game.
That comes to another question that people ask in the previous formula. It's what's going to happen after the 1 million collectibles are over. So there is no limit of 1 million. The 1 million is just for the current collection. So there will be many new collections and there will be new boosters. So it's just the number of collectibles we have right now on the market, but it's not a limit. It's what is right now, but it's I think it's going to be higher in the future. Not just higher, but with different kind of collectibles and things that you will find. So the World Cup Collect will be something like go shopping. So you go out and you will find new things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And hopefully, and hopefully we can link as well some of the athletes there and probably try to create, as you mentioned, I think Fernando, and Pedro, you both mentioned the fact that we're gonna move towards. It's not gonna be all the same medals. Some's gonna have specifics. There's gonna be different quality of NFTs there, and maybe hopefully we can link to some of our athletes. So that they can give specific experience linked to certain quality of the NFTs. That would be amazing as well to really make them enter the game. And this is the kind of things probably we're gonna release in the future. More interactions as well with the real world as usual. Really a bridge between virtual and real. We have as well Rister. Thank you, Rister. You just asked a question. I see that about Qatar. And you ask us if we will do something with Qatar, and for sure that would be amazing for further development. But we are in touch with them. It's not easy to do things, but we quite involved in the I would say sports tech ecosystem in Qatar. Actually, even Qatar Development Bank actually is interested in us. They invested in the equity of the project, so not in the tokens, but in the equity of the project. We are in touch with the Supreme Committee, which is the organization of the World Cup. And we know a lot of people there that also support the project. We even have already a partner there in the world of the paddle game with a big club that is there, more than 100 paddle courts over there. We're working with federation as well there. So we try to do our best. We have the connections. I think we have good opportunities there, but it's very difficult. And the World Cup, these organizations are at the beginning. It's complicated because we trying to grow fast, steadily, but still it's always very difficult when you're a startup to be with these major events. So we're working towards this event. We're working, for example, as well towards Paris 2024. These are the type of events we would like to be able to partner with, all these major events. We already have partnership with big federation like the French Tennis Federation and plenty of others that's gonna come. But for the moment, with the World Cup, at least we can't give you a good news, but we're working towards that. So maybe we'll have something to let you know in the future. We think as well that for the last 2-3 months, to be honest, we've been really focused on the ICO, on the tokenomics, working towards this TGE, the token generation event that is now mid-July. As you know, there was a bit of delay. We have 1 month delay, so it took a bit more time finally, and we had to pause a bit the business development in order to be able to really focus our resources on the token generation event, on the ICO. But there's going to be a lot of things coming on, and we're going to resume a lot of this partnership and probably a lot of announcements right after we listed, when it's going to be the moment as well for us to literally grow in terms of users and to talk even more with users, not just with I would say the crypto community, but also with really the majority of users who don't have a clue of crypto. And that's actually one of the great potential of what we're doing, is that we really, it's in a way a possibility for the Web3 world to have a better adoption, because the move to earn is really for everyone. Well, at least our move to earn is for everyone, because you don't have entry barrier. You don't have to buy an NFT at first. So it's really for everyone. And we had in this regard beautiful message that come to us from time to time of people starting working and earning token, and for them it represents a lot. So it's super for us. It's amazing to know that some people really it helps some people, and so once again we're gonna focus much more on this partnership right after the TG. Okay. I think it's good because it gave us the opportunity to talk a bit about the partnership. But once again, we want you to understand the scalability. We've been asked about partnership, and very often it's not just the World Cup, but why don't you talk to these people, or why don't you go to any type of organization? That's what we're doing. That's really what we're doing, and that's probably the strongest point of what we're doing with Mov'n is once again the possibility we're giving to plenty of organizations, big e-commerce brands. We're talking to brands as well. We're gonna release some mini apps in our ecosystem as well to enter the Web3 world. Because for many people, Web3 is still kind of far away, even for big companies, and it's still like they still don't know. You know, people go very, very cautiously. So the fact that we have these mini apps is for them amazing because we can help them develop. They enter this Web3 world immediately. We can give them much more features, new things like what we're doing with the game, with the Walk and Collect. For example, we have a tennis tournament organized by the French Tennis Federation. That's called the NTC, National Tennis Cup. You probably seen the mini app. It's NTC 2021. That's going to be the 22. And we added in this mini app a Walk and Collect type of game where literally NFTs were hidden. The NFTs were the representation of each edition of the tournament for the last 34 years. This is the largest, actually, amateur tennis tournament in the world with 30,000 participants. So this is the type of innovation we can bring to all these partners. And we're talking to really a lot. What you have to understand is that there is no real limit to what we're building because it's not that we are the Walk and Collect. It's not we are the tournament NTC 21. It's not that we will be an e-commerce. We are an operating system. This is not our creativity. This is even not necessarily our users. They're gonna become our users, but we don't even have to do the marketing to the users because the actual mini app is gonna do the marketing and bring us the users to our ecosystem because they benefit from it. That's a real ecosystem where we all collaborate in the same environment. That's what we're creating. And that's very important to understand if you want to seize the magnitude, the strength, the scalability of the project, which is the biggest strength we have. The move to earn is great. Many people like to hear that by doing sports and moving, they earn. But what you have to understand, it's just the visible part of the iceberg. The big part is the economy we're building. And that's really what's the strongest, once again, in our project. So in terms of partnership, I don't know if we're going to get the World Cup, but believe me, we're going to have big announcements by the end of the year. I don't know what kind of questions we have more.
Well, I've read some questions regarding the vesting and the token release. So as I always explain, we are planning and we are doing everything for the long term. And tokenomics is one key part of this project, of course. And you as token holder are one of the main reasons we are here. But people ask, why don't we release tokens at the token generation event? So we could do it, and perhaps it will be easier for us to get more users doing that and for get more token buyers doing that. But believe me, it's not good for the project. It's not good for anyone. So if you want to have a healthy tokenomics, you want to have a token that remains stable and grow in the future, you need some kind of vesting process. So imagine people are buying and people are earning tokens since the last 6 months. And what could happen if in one single day, all that tokens accumulated over that period could be sold. So it could be a mess for the project. So we want to be so that's sustainable in the long term. We don't for the health of everybody, we need to implement some mechanism to release the token gradually. So if you have accumulated since 6 months ago tokens, you will need to keep them for at least another 6 months. What happened after the TG? After the TG, every token that it's earned, every token that it's bought, it's completely unlocked. So we are only having vesting for the tokens that are already accumulated for this long period. But once we arrive to the TGE, if you earn 5 tokens working today, you will be able to export them, to take it in wherever you want. But the vesting is just for the tokens accumulated previously to the TGE. So it's kind of, for us, it's a tough decision, because it would be easier, like other projects that just dump all the tokens in the first day. But just the big whales, just some small amount of people will profit from that. We want to build something that it's good for everybody.